I just pulled these weeds. Why are they back already? You weed one weekend, feel proud of your clean garden bed, and then a week later, the weeds are back like they never left. I am Josh from Sprout of Philippines and Yabong Pilipinas, here for Omaha Gardener, your host for this brand new series, Garden Defense 101. Here's the good news. Weeds don't come back because you're bad at gardening. They come back because they are very good at what they do. In this episode, we are going to take the frustration out of weeds by understanding why they show up, why they return, and what they are actually telling us about our gardens. Let us start simple. A weed is any plant growing where you do not want it. That's it. In layman's term, a weed is just a plant in the wrong place. A dandelion in a lawn, that is a weed. A dandelion in a pollinator patch, it's a helpful flower. So, weeds are not bad plants. They are opportunistic plants, plants that take advantage of open space, disturbed soil, and available sunlight. Now, why do weeds love home gardens? Weeds thrive in home gardens because these gardens are first regularly disturbed. We dig, we plant, we pull, and we till. It is also fertilized and watered and exposed to sunlight. To a weed, your garden looks like a prime real estate. In Nebraska, with your spring rains, warm summers, open soils, that actually create a perfect condition for weeds to move in quickly. Now let's talk about the three main types of weeds in Nebraska. And this is also general, even in other countries. These are the three main types of weeds. According to the University of Nebraska Lincoln, most common weeds fall into three groups. These are grasses, sedges, and broadleaf weeds. Understanding these groups help explain why they behave differently. Let us start with grass. These are the fast spreaders. Grass weeds look like lawn grass, which is why they are often confusing. The common Nebraska grasses include crabgrass, foxtail, goosegrass, quackgrass, bromegrass, nibblewill, and bentgrass. In layman's term, these weeds grow low, spread fast, and blend in. And these are the reasons why they keep coming back. They produce lots of seeds. Many spread sideways through underground stems, and they thrive in thin lawns and bare soil. For example, crabgrass loves hot summers and open soil. Quackgrass spreads underground and regrows from small root pieces. Pulling grass weeds without removing the roots often just encourages regrowth. The next one are sedges, the grass looking imposters. The most common sedge in Nebraska is yellow nut sedge. Even though it looks like a grass, it is not. Yellow nut sedge is a weed that looks like a grass but behaves very differently. The reason why it keeps coming back, it's because it grows from nutlets, which are tiny underground storage structures. In the scientific world, this is often called as rhizomes. Pulling the top often leaves the nutlets or the rhizomes behind, and it thrives in wet or compacted soil. If yellow nut sedge is showing up, it is often a sign of drainage or watering issues. And lastly, we have broadleaf weeds. They can be classified as the survivors. Broadleaf weeds have wider leaves and are usually easier to spot. Common Nebraska broadleaf weeds include dandelion, plantain, prostrate spurge, henbit, ground ivy, and knotweed. These weeds are tough, adaptable, and persistent. And the reasons why they keep coming back, it's because many of them have deep taproots. Some spread by creeping stems, and others germinate early before garden plants wake up. For example, dandelions regrow if even part of the root remains underground. Ground ivy spreads sideways and roots as it creeps to surfaces. And henbit appears early in the spring before you're even gardening. Here's the most important idea in this episode. Weeds don't grow randomly. They grow in response to conditions, to optimum conditions. Weeds are often symptoms, not the main problem. They show up where the soil is bare, plants are stressed, space is open, and conditions favor them. In plant science, weeds are called indicator plants. Weeds tell you what's happening in your soil. Different weeds often point to different conditions. Let us say, for example, compacted soil usually grows plantain or knotweed. A wet soil usually grows yellow knot sedge. A thin lawn usually grows crabgrass. And for low competition soil, there goes the dandelions. Instead of asking, how do I kill this weed? Try asking, why does this weed like it here? And that shift changes everything. Now let us talk about why pulling weeds isn't enough. Hand pulling is helpful, yes, but it's not the full solution. Why? Because many weeds regrow from roots. Seeds can stay in soil for years, and these weeds grow thousands and thousands of seeds within one flower. Bare soil also invites new weeds. This stored supply of weed seeds is called the seed bank. The seed bank is a hidden stash of weed seeds waiting for the right moment. Every time soil is disturbed, some of those seeds wake up. So I just want to remind you that the goal is management, not perfection. Here's something every gardener needs to hear. A weed-free garden is not realistic and not necessary, actually. Healthy gardens focus on reducing weed pressure, outcompeting weeds with plants, covering the soil with mulch or ground covers, and improving soil health over time. Remember, less bare soil equals fewer weeds. Instead of seeing weeds as enemies, think of them as messengers, opportunists, and early colonizers. Yes, they arrive first, but they don't have to stay in charge. As your garden becomes fuller, healthier, and better covered, weeds naturally lose their advantage. So, to wrap up this episode, weeds keep coming back because they're adapted to disturbance, they spread efficiently, they respond to soil conditions, and they exploit open space faster than garden plants. Once you understand why they are here, weed control becomes less frustrating and usually more strategic. In the next episode, we will talk about plant diseases, what they look like, how they spread, and how to stop problems before they start. If you know someone who could benefit from this series, feel free to share it with them. Gardening is always better when we learn from each other and when we grow healthier gardens together. Until next time, keep observing, keep experimenting, and keep learning along the way. This is Josh for Omaha Gardener in our series Garden Defense 101. And remember, if you grow it, you know it. If you want to learn more about gardening, I think you will like this video.